So the goal of today's lab is going to be to understand the model confidence interval. So this lab is kind of a progression to what you did it in the exercise yesterday, but so you have to do it from scratch, right? So we have given you some code here, which you'll be using to make the lab. So what you're doing first is you have to create synthetic data set. Uh, Remember y is equals to fx plus e epsilon, right? Epsilon here is the error term. So we are using Gaussian noise to introduce randomness to the data. So you are getting the slope intercept to make a line, and then you are introducing Gaussian noise to it, right? With a standard mean of 0 and the standard deviation of 40 that we set. You can play around with the parameters later to change the data and see how the bootstraps get affected with this. Okay. So then you have to take a look at this X and Y's using a scatter plot and select a random number of bootstraps that you would like to do. And for every bootstrap, you have to sample the indices of X with replacement, right? And then use those indices to get the bootstrap sample of X and Y's.
నా దగ్గర పైసలు ఉన్నాయి
Yeah, yeah, thanks. So then you have to fit a linear regression model on the bootstrap data, that is your X boot and your Y boot that you'll be making. And then you have to make a prediction on the entire X. Remember, this is the entire X and not the bootstrapped X. So make prediction on the X and store it into a list. For every bootstrap, you'll make prediction on the entire X and then you'll store it as a list. Okay. Then you have to store all the beta knots and the beta one, that is your intercept and the slope coming from each bootstrap, the linear regression line that you're gonna fit on that bootstrap data. Then make a scatter plot and the linear regression line. So your final plot for this loop will look something like this, which has scatter plot for the data points and multiple linear regression lines. So this is, so to get these multiple linear regression lines, that's the reason you are doing it inside the for loop. So you'll get a bunch of lines that will look similar to this. Okay. Okay. Then you're gonna take the confidence interval. You have to plot the beta naught values and the beta 1 values, and you have to plot the confidence intervals for them. And for this particular plots, we have given you a helper function. So you can use this to make these plots. You just have to pass in the beta 0 list or the beta 1 list and the confidence interval for them, right? Yeah. So make these plots and then calculate the mean of beta 0 list and the beta 1 list and see if they look anything similar to the intercepts and the slopes that we defined here. And if not, then try and make a new text cell and just put it there why you think they are different or why it is same. Okay. Yeah. So the next step is going through all the, so you have to take the mean and the standard deviation across all the data points of X of the prediction that we did here, the list that we made of all the prediction. So you have to take the mean and standard deviation across all the bootstrap samples. So that you get num points, comma 1 array. So num points is basically the number of points in your data set. Okay. So you'll have a mean and a standard deviation array, which will have a size of num points, comma 1 or num points, comma. Let it be a vector or a matrix. Yeah. So then you have to make a scatter plot for the original data, and you'll plot the mean line, which you can see as a bold line here. And you'll use NP, something known as np.fill between function to get this shaded region around the mean values. And And what np dot fill between does, Arya, can you mute? Yeah, thanks. So what np dot fill between does is it takes the upper bound of y and a lower bound, and it fills the area between it. So keep the alpha value to 0.2. Alpha value is like how transparent it is or how opaque it is. So keeping it to 0.2 will give you a subtle plot like this. So keep the upper bound to be mean plus 2 into standard deviation, and the lower bound should be mean minus 2 into standard deviation. So can anyone tell me why we chose 2 into standard deviation here?
95% confidence interval.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, then your final plot will look something like this.